Hey, Jay.
Yeah, why is my argumentation and my stuff gay?
I was just being inflammatory with that. I don't think it's actually homosexual. I think that my view on the Peter getting the keys and binding and loosing, and also the gates of hell not prevailing. To me, all the other apostles got binding and loosing, but they didn't get the keys, and they.
You know what the office of the keys is?
Well, I know from a little bit from the Old Testament.
No, in Catholic theology and in Orthodox theology, what is it?
It's the authority given to Peter to the keys of the kingdom of heaven.
So the office of the keys is the authority of the keys given to Peter. It's the keys.
Well, I get the keys argument.
What does it symbolize? In Roman Catholic theology, how do you guys speak of the office of the keys?
I know how we speak about the office of the Pope and
the keys. What is the exercise of the keys? It's jurisdiction, preaching of the gospel, the administration of sacraments, and the forgiving of sins. That's the office of the keys in your theology and in Orthodox theology too, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Oh, so if that's what it is, then what is it that Peter has that's unique that the other ones don't have, if that's what it's defined as?
So the See of Peter, the Petrine See, the gates of hell won't prevail against that one.
Oh, wait, that one. Hold on. How many Petrine Sees are there?
There's one.
Are you sure?
The Seat of Peter.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the Seat of Peter. There's one guy, Peter.
Well, but wait a minute. How many
Peters were there?
How many C's did Peter set up?
Well, his office. So the office of the keys, as you're saying, the Petrine.
But now you've equivocated. Now you've moved the goalpost because.
Okay.
How many C's did he set up? How many C's?
Of Peter's. I don't know. So
you don't know?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means.
I do know. Okay, explain it to me, because to me it seems like...
Have you read St. Gregory the Great?
I've read the Bible, and I know...
You've read the Bible. So you don't know. You're laughing. What is it?
Okay, well,
you're not familiar with your own papal teaching about the three Petrine Sees?
I do know that the gates of hell have prevailed.
So you're not actually answering the question. I'm not asking about that. I'm asking about Epistle 40 of Pope St. Gregory the Great. What is that about?
Well, I'm saying from a utilitarian standpoint.
Utilitarianism?
You guys get conquered by the Muslims every time you
So he calls my information gay, and he comes with the very argument that Augustine refutes in City of God, which is that the true church is proven by political and military prowess. Pope St. Gregory.
It proves it.
No, Pope St. Gregory. You don't even know your own positions, man. You don't know your own church's position. Gregory the Great. Yeah, he's laughing. So look at Gregory the Great. Look at this letter.
Okay, what does he say?
Letter 40. He says there are three Petrine Sees that all share the chair of Peter: Rome, Antioch, and Alexandria. So you're totally wrong about there being one Petrine See.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Utilitarian.
Well, okay. So if we all want to get
you don't know anything.
Muslims, we should all be Orthodox, because you guys.
So you don't. That's a too quick way. Conquered by communists. Do you know how many times the Roman Catholic Church has lost to Muslims? Did you know that it was Uniate? It was Constantinople.
So I knew we got conquered by Spain. Got conquered, and then
when Constantinople fell, was it? When did it? What religion did it have? What religion did it have when it fell?
Hagia Sophia is still a mosque.
What religion? What religion was Constantinople when it fell?
Look, you guys have failed.
What religion was Constantinople when it fell?
1.3 billion. I think we know.
So it's numbers. It's your arguments that are gay because they're not even good arguments. They're stupid arguments.
Okay, according to you.
What religion was Constantinople when it fell?
It had been conquered by the Latins, I believe, at one point.
So you just refuted yourself, you idiot. Then Rome is false because it fell to that was the dumbest shit ever. This is the level of Roman Catholics. This is what they have. It is always the lowest tier nonsense, and they don't care about what the arguments are. Every single time. I told you it would be pure trash when he called in. You lost to the Muslims. You lost to the Muslims according to what you just said, because you said you fell, Constantinople fell, and then you admitted it was Uniate. You idiot. I just know the Bible. The Bible doesn't teach Vatican I. Well, utilitarianism. Oh, does the Bible teach utilitarianism? A 17th century Anglo-empiricist ethic? How many C's are Petrine? 3 C's. All the way up as late as Pope St. Gregory the Great. So what he needs to demonstrate is why there's something special about the See of Peter in Rome, given that there's 3 C's. Well, in the earliest days of the church, the reason that Rome was special is because it's doubly apostolic. Oh, but wait a minute. Vatican I says that you can't say that Rome is special because it's doubly apostolic. Paul has nothing to do with it, according to Vatican I in Satis Cognitum. So notice that he had nothing. And these people are so arrogant and so ridiculous and stupid. They don't even realize that the argument that military victories prove or disprove the religion is the very thing that Augustine's City of God is written against. That's how stupid they are. Now, he and I will never interact again. He's not coming back here. It was too dumb, and that's why he just goes off changing the subject into shit that's not even relevant. Utilitarian ethics, like as if that they don't know how to argue. They don't know what an argument is. They think it's arguing, and they think it's trying to get owns about losing and winning battles. It's like these are some of the most idiotic people. Like it's like talking to kids. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a weird cult almost. If he comments again, just block him. It's a way. You're not talking to a rational person. And then they always go immediately into personal attacks. Oh, you're salty because you lost. You idiot. Rome fell to Masonry. The Pope was taken captive by the Italian revolutionaries. So I guess Roman Catholicism is false when Pius was under house arrest in the Vatican, when the Masons had him under house arrest. But that's how stupid this argumentation is. Anytime you have a military or political loss, the religion's false. That's how stupid this is. I didn't rage quit. What you said was so stupid that you didn't even realize you refuted yourself. You admitted that Constantinople was Catholic when it fell, and you were trying to argue that falling to Muslims means that your church loses and is disproven. You're too stupid to be here. You're not welcome here. Like, go be gay in Rome, dude. That's where you're welcome. Anybody else want to call in? I don't think we're going to get any more, though. He did finally call in, so I'll give him credit for at least calling. It's like they don't want to stay on one topic. He goes to Constantinople after I'm asking him about Gregory the Great's statement about 3 Petrine Sees. So once they sense that one argument is weakening or getting or losing, they move on to some other topic that's not even relevant. And they don't even have an explanation for they think that keys is like this magical thing when it just means jurisdiction, and it's all the same attributes and powers in Matthew 18 that are given to the other apostles. Peter is rewarded because he says it first, and then everyone else gets the same thing two chapters later. And then they can't ever tell you, okay, well, what is it specifically that Peter gets that the others don't? The keys. Keys is jurisdiction, preaching of the gospel, remitting of sins, celebrating the Eucharist. That's the operation of the keys. That's something they all have. So what's the unique thing? Oh, infallibility. Where in the chapter does it say anything about that? Oh, well, it's assumed. It's tradition. Exactly. By the way, here is the letter of Gregory the Great where he mentions 3 Petrine Sees. And of course, they don't even know that. Even in the book of Acts, Peter founds the see of Antioch. So apostolic succession in Antioch comes from Peter. But they automatically, arbitrarily say, oh, but they don't have infallibility there. Well, oh, why is that? Because the tradition is that it's in Rome. Oh, so interesting. There's nothing in the text that actually says that infallibility is conferred to Rome only, because they argue from Peter, but then they say that not everybody who succeeds Peter has infallibility. They don't even know that Peter is the founder of the See of Antioch. They don't know that. This is like level 2, and they're at level 1. So, Zachary wants to try again. Oh no, here we go. But thank you for calling. Yeah, I mean it's cult-like behavior. Yeah, do you want to talk about Pope St. Gregory the Great?
I was looking into the Petrine sees, because I'll be honest, I haven't heard of those.
Why are you trying to debate something that's a basic of church history if you don't know about it?
Well, because we're not taught that, because we're not Orthodox, we're Catholic, and so we just take it for
so
granted.
You think that it's a truth that's only in the Orthodox Church, and that's why.
Well, it's something you guys focus on, like the filioque. We don't even think about the filioque.
We're not moving on to filioque. One moment at a time. One point at a time.
No.
Okay, you said the Petrine See. You were talking about Peter and the Gospel and the text.
So
and
the keys are... I'm sorry.
You thought that there's only one Petrine See, Rome. I showed you that there's 3, and all the way up into Gregory the Great in letter 40, he still talks about 3 Petrine Sees. So the question is, where and how do you prove that infallibility is for the see in Rome and not the other 2?
So Jesus gave Peter the keys, not his seat, not the places he visited where he set up. The keys are tied to Peter, and he died in Rome.
Do you not understand that the successors in Antioch and Alexandria are from Peter?
I mean, he didn't die yet. So.
Oh, wait a minute. So he has to die before their successors?
Yes. Yeah, I mean. That's
so wait a minute. He has to die before their successors.
Do you know how popes work?
Are you listening to the argument?
We get a new one.
Stop talking, or I'm booting you. He has to die before there's a successor. So how did he set up a church in Antioch if he's already dead?
He didn't die. He died in Rome, and his successor was the next
So are there successors in Antioch from Peter?
Okay, so...
Are there?
I mean, not his final successor.
Oh, it's a quote final successor. How do you know that it's the final? How do you know that it's the quote final successor when all 3 are successors? Where do you get this argument from?
Well, it's from tradition, because
when
a pope
Where?
dies,
What tradition? What tradition?
The tradition of the papacy.
Oh, so the papacy proves the papacy by arguing for the tradition of the papacy.
Yeah, because
Peter, is that a circle? Is that a circle?
No, I'm just pointing out, when a king dies...
You're just pointing it out. Now it's a king dying. What does it have to do with this in the first century? Is Peter a king? Is he a king?
Yeah, I mean, he got the keys to the kingdom, so he's kind of
So the keys prove is this a circular argument or not?
No, it's not a circular
argument. Oh, wait a minute, but your argument was that... No, it's not.
The keys are tied to Peter.
Is the Bishop of Antioch a successor to Peter?
No, his final successor. He didn't die yet.
Now you've added a qualification that is, quote, his final successor, and now I want you to prove that.
The keys are tied to Peter. So
the successors in Antioch... Stop lying, because the successors in Antioch are from Peter. You already admitted it.
I mean...
Why are you lying?
Bishops can make a new pope. So
what does that have to do? Now you're deflecting.
I'm sorry.
Deflecting.
Peter...
How do you know? Listen, stop arguing stop your bullshit, dude. You said that it has to be his final successor in Rome, the last one.
Linus.
How do you prove that?
Early succession, Peter, Linus, and Cletus.
How do you prove that that's the final successor is the only one that gets infallibility?
I mean...
There's no proof. It's your stupid position. That's why you said the papacy proves it.
I never said... I'm not even talking about infallibility.
That's what the argument's about.
The church was promised the Holy Spirit to guide them into all truth.
Dude, do you not understand that Antioch, there's a bishop in Antioch, it's in the book of Acts, Peter sets up the church in Antioch, and they have succession from Antioch. Even the Roman Catholic Church admits this.
Yeah, so
why does it not have infallibility if it's a Petrine See?
Popes make bishops all the time. That doesn't make a new bishop.
What does that have to do with this?
Because he needs a successor. That's how it works.
Dude, do you not understand that Antioch has its succession from Peter.
If it's not his final successor, the keys are
Where
not
now
Peter,
you've changed
not
the
whoever
argument
he
to
set
say
them
his
up.
quote final successor. Now prove that the only person that has infallibility is the quote final successor. Prove that. You can't.
Well,
that's why you're
okay.
silent, because you're a liar and you don't
No,
know
I'm
what
not.
you're talking
I mean,
about. Good God, dude. These people are so do you see when we actually got into it? They're totally dishonest. They change what they're arguing to prove the position. He just made up ad hoc. Oh, it's the final successor. Even though Antioch and Alexandria as bishoprics have Petrine succession. His own Roman Catholic Church knows that and admits that. So now they have to show that there's something special about Rome. How do you prove that? Because the papacy says so. That's a circle, you idiot.
Hello?
Yep.
I was just watching that debate from last night, and then on, I think, Tim Gordon's closing statement, he was talking about the three saints that were basically, I can't remember the last two, but I remember the first one was Theodore the Studite. I was reading his letters, and I'm trying to understand it more, how that's affirming the papacy, because the reading the words and everything in that letter sounded like he was affirming the papacy, but I was just trying to understand it.
All this is equivocating, affirming the papacy. That's not what's in debate. The Orthodox Church doesn't disagree there's a Bishop of Rome and that he was the first in the canons and the synods and all of that. That doesn't prove the claims of Vatican I. Don't you understand you have to prove what Vatican I says about the papacy? That's the burden of proof. That's the Roman Church's claims. Okay. It's not a question of did the church agree and admit that there were Petrine successors in Rome. You're going to find all kinds of quotes about that because it's never been in dispute. But you're equivocating by saying Jesus established the papacy. What is the papacy in Roman Catholic theology? It's defined by Vatican I. How come none of you go and read Vatican I? Go read Vatican I. That's what you're arguing for. Not did Jesus set up a Petrine succession in Rome. Nobody disputes that.